Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching GEEKCASTER, everything sci-fi, fantasy, and geek culture. We are live. I am Seven. We have the one and the only Dayveonne, and we will be speaking with you for the next 29 minutes and 33 seconds. How you doing, Dayveonne?
I'm fantastically well.
Sound like Idlewild. Outcast in the house. Fantastically fine. So, it's a lot of things going on. But first we're going to talk about Urban Action Showcase. And you're part of our production. You guys got to win Best Ensemble, right? Am I saying that right? Best ensemble. Tell people a little about the film, and can they watch it anywhere?
We're gonna see because we're not sure if the film's gonna come up on YouTube or anything. Mm-hmm. But the film is basically about a group of outcast weirdos owning a funeral home, and they deal with supernatural, from ghouls to goblins, spiritual beings, the whole mythical creatures and all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. And they basically try to keep the balance. Think of Ghostbusters.
That's the first thing I thought of. I thought it was like Ghostbusters.
But in a different concept of just trying to keep order into the human realm and the supernatural, legendary, and mythical realms.
Okay, so you're not getting rid of any ghosts. You're not getting rid of them like a Ghostbusters.
No, we're just keeping them. Correct. We just keeping the balance. Because the goblins are among us. We just don't know. You just won't know until it becomes night.
Gotcha. Cool. So I guess you'll let us know when people can come and support and check out the film. Excellent. So overall, definitely. What was your take on Urban Action Showcase?
I love it. I think this one was like the better one, because a lot of people we seen like, what's his name? McDonald, the guy that played Reggie from Bad Boys, from the Bad Boys franchise.
Yep.
He was there.
Yep.
AEW on Ricochet was there with his wife Samantha Irvin, who's a former WWE ring announcer.
Mm-hmm. Also, a lot of people the cast of The Last Dragon.
Rest in peace, David.
Yep, rest in peace, David Harris.
Including the cast of Last Dragon. Mm-hmm. David Harris. Even what's that show? God, the one with John Amos that he was in.
Oh, Good Times.
Good Times. The cast was there. Rest in peace, John Amos. Mm-hmm.
It was good, and for the fans that went there before, it was across the street before at AMC.
Yeah, it was at AMC, but this time they moved to Regal.
Yeah, Regal,
which was I think was a better location.
Definitely, I really like the location a lot. Some people are nervous about the transition to change, but I think it's one of the best things that happened. Yeah, like the layout was real nice, and the use of the LED screens was really nice too.
And the red carpet was beautiful. Mm-hmm. The awards were beautiful. And if you had the Last Dragon VIP, I'm going to take this out. While I'm taking this out, you get the commemorative scar.
You get so excited with things.
Yes, you have to be. Because guess what? You have to be excited. Because if not, then what's the point of living? I mean, you travel, you do this, you do other things, but you got to do things that makes you happy. Not sit back and do things where you're just doing it just to exist.
Yes, you sound like saying words that I said to you 2 shows ago. I like that. Nice.
This metal.
Yeah, that was really cool. That was really cool. So definitely people out there, we'll definitely let you know about the next one, and you should definitely check it out. I'm super excited to see what they're going to promote next year. You know, I'm looking forward to see different things. You know, different productions, different films. So
I'm hoping a certain someone would come and make an appearance like he was supposed to. A certain someone, if he's watching this, because you are Marvel's savior, sir. You the one that started it all.
What are you talking about?
You are the one that started it all.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, they've been saying that. You talking about Blade?
You are the one that started.
Wesley Snipes?
Yes, Wesley Snipes.
Yeah. They've been saying that the last 3 years, so I hope
the one that
this really happens. And for those that are totally clueless, because let me give a little backstory. So Marvel, you know, Wesley Snipes, when he did Blade really started it all for Stan Lee and other people in the Marvel team to even have the confidence to move forward with all these Marvel films. So we always give Wesley Snipes, you know, props for that and really leading the way for a lot of these superhero movies. It was like there's life before Blade and life after. So it was really interesting to support that and want to give him props to say, hey, you know, you did a great job for ushering in this new world with the Marvel universe and the DC universe and all that other stuff. Now, there were films before then, but it just, the energy, the financial push, and the marketing definitely changed, at least for Marvel. DC, different story, but, you know, it is what it is with that. So, well, speaking of films, Tom Holland will star in a Christopher Nolan film alongside Matt Damon. Now, I'm not too sure what that will be, but that's an interesting combination. You know, and Matt Damon doesn't just put out every 5 minutes just do another film, so it might be exciting. It might be exciting. Now, we all know Tom Holland is Spider-Man, so I don't think it'll be a superhero film. I'm thinking it might be some real drama, maybe even action film, because Matt Damon could go either way. What's your prediction of that collaboration?
Drama, action film.
Drama, action film. I think it makes sense. Also, they finally put out at least one of the posters for the Karate Kid Legends, and they're looking at May 30th, 2025. And we see if we could get that. And we see this random kid in the center. So I wonder if he will be the new Karate Kid. Not too sure, but he is the new Karate Kid.
No, he is.
He is? Yes. Okay. So we got Jackie Chan.
Because they mixed in both styles.
Oh, really?
They mixed in both styles.
Okay. Wait.
So there's going to be an element of kung fu and karate.
So will this be almost what we saw in the series? You know, in the series, how like they were fighting. Again, specifically, I'm talking about the Cobra Kai series. How at some point you had the what's it called, Eagle Fang, and Ralph Macchio's Quinchen Do, right? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Right. So they've had the mixed styles. So that'll be interesting. I mean, people have made jokes for the longest time. Why is the movie called Karate Kid when they're really doing kung fu? So I think they're going to wrap up a lot of jokes and really go in with, you know, some of the critique over the years. So I'm kind of excited about that. See where they're going to go with it.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just intrigued because they did do a panel. Well, I went to the Sony panel in New York Comic Con, and they did mention and had a video of Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan discussing about the film a little bit. Yeah, but they ain't make no appearance. But I'm excited. Even though I'm not a fan of Ralph Macchio, I'm still excited.
You know, he's a dancer, right?
Who?
Ralph Macchio.
Part is that most of our action stars of today are dancers now, or been dancers.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm thinking is, because if you able to learn choreography and have a good understanding of the movement of the body, it's not too difficult to just transition that into martial arts choreography. So I'm thinking that's why it works so well. Because, what is it? Jean-Claude Van Damme, ballet dancer, actually. That's why he was able to do all those crazy...
Yeah. Jean-Claude Van Damme was about...
Yeah, so...
Kicks.
Yep, the kicks. So did you know that Disney was started 101 years ago?
Yes.
That's a long time. That's a long time.
Well, I just gonna rub my belly and stroke my tail. Yeah.
And count this cheese, exactly. What else in the news? The Wild Robot 2 is now in the works. So it's still in the movies, The Wild Robot.
And that's the Yeah. But it has such a good... Because me and somebody was having a conversation about it, and the film was well received to the point that they need to do a sequel.
They just had to do it.
Yeah.
It's cool when they already know where they're kind of going with it. Like, no, this is great. We gotta keep going. And because these animations don't come out the next day, but I'm thinking with this push of AI and technology, we might be able to see these bigger films come out faster. You know, I think that might be possible.
Well, it depends. Like, if you talk about live action, well, it depends. Live action.
Oh, animation, specifically animation.
Yeah, animation, yeah.
Yeah, well, animation. This is going to be huge, and if this is done correct, ladies and gentlemen, this might be the Oscar. I mean, that's a lot of pressure to put on Eddie Murphy, but you know they love to give Oscars with biopics. They love to give Oscars on any individual that gains a lot of weight for a role or loses a lot of weight for a role. It's pretty much kind of like once you have that element, you have a shot. Eddie Murphy will play Bill, George Clinton. So Eddie Murphy, the director, Bill Camden, they're going to reunite to do this. George Clinton and the Parliament Funkadelic. Usually when you say the whole sentence, they understand who you're talking about. But that could be huge.
George Clinton and the Funkadelics.
That could be huge.
George Clinton and the Funkadelics.
And the Funkadelics, yeah.
I have to correct him. George. Yes.
Gotta say and.
I did. George Clinton and the Funkadelics. I said and the Funkadelics.
With an S.
George Clinton and the Funkadelics.
So I think that could be exciting. Because there's so much. Did you ever see any of the documentaries on him?
I went to one of his concerts, George Clinton and the Funkadelics. That was a most interesting, fun, exciting concert I have ever experienced in my life.
Really?
It makes you appreciate 80s and 70s music.
Interesting.
One nation.
So many people sample that's crazy. He's one of the most sampled individuals. The Philly sound, those brothers, of course James Brown, and then you got George. You got George as far as being sampled a lot, especially the West Coast sound. The West Coast hip hop producers, of course, say Dr. Dre. They definitely kept going to his bass lines, his hooks, his bridges. But the documentaries that have been done in the past, pardon?
But because he's such an interesting artist, why not do something in a tribute? Including a lot of people sampled his music, but he got his revenues from it. But at the same time, his music brought era, different type of elevation into house music and club to the point where you had no choice but to dance. I don't care if you can't dance. You figured out how to dance.
And shout out to Bootsy Collins, because he's got to get, that was his bass player. So you got to give, Bootsy was in the pocket. I mean, George had really great musicians, not to take away from George, but let's not forget Bootsy Collins, how instrumental he was with that. And yeah, it's going to be great. But also, what I was mentioning is that there were documentaries done about him, and he's a very complicated character. And I hope they really go in on the film, because you know how like they just kind of dance around the drama. Like I hope they go really in with him and like the different sides, his genius, his business stuff, kind of how some people were done dirty. I hope they go into all of it, because I hope they give a well-rounded shape of who this complicated person is. So hopefully we'll see. We'll definitely see. Now, are you a fan of Rachel Zegler?
I heard of her. I don't know too much about her, but I hear stories from Disney, from her Instagram. Mm-hmm. She's like one of those people that a lot of people stray away from what I heard. I'm not 100%. Mm-hmm. They think she's a little cuckoo from Cocoa Puffs. Mm. But I can't say that. I don't know her too well to put that judgment on. Mm-hmm. Like this actress, I could put them in class, but her, it's like a little complicated because I don't know her.
Yeah, I mean, she's been getting a lot of heat for just random things she says in press or online, and I feel bad for her sometimes because she's an individual. She has feelings. She has thoughts. And she has every right to express them. And every time she does, they just go in and force her to apologize. And I don't know. This is, so just for those that this is Rachel, and I don't know. And the thing is, it's so distracting because I think it takes away from her being an actress, and it really shouldn't. Now, did we do a show where we were talking about, there was a movie she was supposed to, I think she was supposed to be Snow White or something, and they took the role away from her?
Yeah.
Right.
No, they ain't take the role. It still haven't been pushed yet.
But I thought, let me see if they
can't push.
Did they film?
Had they pulled the trick?
Hold on a second, because I think Snow White is coming out. Let me see something here. Yes, I see. Snow White film. And you guys, anytime you want to look up and see who's in the film and who's working on it and something's coming out, you can always go to IMDb. Shout out to IMDb. Let's see.
Yeah.
But there's big Snow White talk. I don't know why we need a Snow White live action, but there's big talk about the film. I'm wondering if they're going to stay true to the animation, or if they're going to go more towards the grim stories. Probably the animation
No,
safer.
let's see.
Yeah.
So if you go through the rims, that's get really, really dark. Really quick, please.
Right. Have you ever read any of those? Oh, she's in it. Oh, so she's still in it.
Oh, okay, so they.
Mm-hmm.
So she's still in it.
She's still in it, and Gal Gadot is the evil queen. Wow. Okay. Diverse. There's a bunch of dancers in here, so that's interesting. It seems to be a very diverse cast. So hopefully.
And the only other issue is the fact that they don't have elves. They have people with extraordinary magical abilities.
I wonder if that'll be the dancers. But there's no elves?
I think so. No.
I can't. How much more time do we have?
People with extraordinary. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about when on Friday I happened to get free tickets to go see Yakuza, a documentary of the creation of the Netflix Yakuza. You can watch it on Netflix. It's a great animation. Even though it's not historically accurate, it just focuses on the Afrofuturism of the character. It's more like a what if. But like a lot of historical information in the show, but all the action scenes and the villains are futuristic. So while there, the creator of Yakuza, the Netflix Yakuza, was there. He basically explained how he had to go to Japan, learn the culture a little bit so they can adapt an African American. Well, he's not African American. Excuse me, that's wrong information. Pan African, who happened to be in Japan, and they went forth and made him into a samurai. And it also showed a lot of stories where racism, some divided with his skin color, but he actually pursued and I'm tongue-tied. He actually fought diversity in that culture to prove that he was a great samurai. In Japan history, he's well known. In American history or in African history, he's not that. He haven't been really told until now. But even with this type of style, it's good that they mentioned about him or made him into this particular character. But it makes it intriguing to learn about his story, the actual Yakuza, the African samurai, to basically know his origin and his story behind it. It's really good.
How far do they go into the line between the history, going into being basically indentured slave to? There's a lot of elements in the history. Do they go there? Or they don't go there.
I would say maybe 60% of it.
Oh, that's boo.
No, but on the show, 60% of it.
Okay. Well, I say that only because it's so beautiful. Like, his story is crazy.
Yeah,
but you have to change nothing to be to be sensational. Like, his life isn't sensational.
Yeah. But at the same time, you got to realize the audience, why they watch it. There was some backlash to it, but at the same time, I understood the direction of why he did it that way. Because you got to really dumb it down to the audience of anime in America.
They'll learn.
Yeah, and intriguing. And in the process, I got the book at Japanese Society that he autographed. It's a really good book. It's like a lot of art and stuff that's a part of it, where he, like, illustrations, people he met, like Flying Lotus to Latif, oh God, I forgot his name. The guy that was there. Sorry, I bothered you. The main star.
Oh, okay. Lakeith.
Lakeith, yeah. And it shows a lot of artwork and stuff in this animation, in this book. Like a lot of artwork.
Now, is Lakeith in this?
Yeah, he's the main character of the show.
Oh wow! And again, it's not. It's live action, right? Or anime?
No, animation.
It's all anime. Okay.
Japanese. Yeah, it's like American anime.
Gotcha.
But it's a must watch. A must think, especially if you're intrigued on trying to compare anime to the actual historical. I'm going to be honest with you, it has no connection. It's just that it's a draw to basically have you learn the history behind him as a human being.
Gotcha. That he existed, and it's up to you to research to take it a step further to find out what is what. Yeah, because a couple people did that. Netflix actually did 2 other things with this bringing up this character. So I think we're going to see a lot more with it. And people, every time it comes out, people will take it a step further. So I'm excited about that because it does bridge the gap, I think, between, Black culture, or at least, you could say African-American culture and...
Afrofuturism.
I don't use that word, but yeah. But
in the book
Japanese culture and stuff.
And the book is called Foreign Exchange.
Gotcha.
The TV animation creation of LaShawn Thomas. Volume 1, Yakuza.
Okay.
Yakuza.
And this is and I think one day in the future, I would like to get some guests and really go into it because there's such a huge embrace and bridge between African culture and the as we know of the Asian culture, where obviously we're all related, there's a connection, but it just keeps coming back of these little bridges. And I think it's important for these films and these things to come out because we're connected. We're not totally separate. So that's awesome. So when can we check this out? When is it going to be out on Netflix? Or it's already out?
It's already out.
Excellent.
It's been out for like 4 or 5 years. It's an animation. It's
so it's the one I already saw then. So then I saw this already.
Yeah.
I thought it was a new one. But you know what? Hey, check it out. It is good. It's very, very interesting. And and put it out there. Put it out there for anyone out there. Take it a step further. Any of you writers, I would love to see something go even further because it's a great story. So yeah, I saw it. It was really good. It was really good. The action scenes were good too. What'd you think of the action scenes?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, definitely. So before we're gotta be out. So again, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching GeekCast, everything sci-fi, fantasy, and geek culture. We will keep coming, talking about different topics, what's going on. And thank you, Dayveonne. I'm 7. You're watching GeekCaster. And we will continue to give you more. Have a good night.